been art, doodling, coloring, playing, making marks, writing in my journal has been the saving grace. I started this one in January 1st, and it started out a little gloomy, and then it got very bright. And I can look back at images in here and remember exactly what was going on at that time. It helps you when you art journal, and it's my way of art journaling. It's not really what you're going to find on YouTube. When you hear of art journaling, usually people picture these fat books with lots of collage in it and papers cut out and tickets. It's not that kind of art journaling. For me, it's journaling out words and colors and symbols and images, you doing it on the paper that's in. Once in a while, I'll tape something in here, but for the most part, it's literally just drawing in the, it's my glitter pens I'm obsessed with. So it does a number of things. I said them the other day, and I'm going to say them again, but mostly it's a great way to track where you've been. It's a great way to track how many times something bugs you, and you could be like, wow, that lasted months, that's got to stop. Or to track, to vomit out what's bothering you, because better out than in. And then also, I was noting today that it's a way to let the magic happen when you get out and you're honest with what's really bothering you. Then, and you keep, let's say you do it, you draw it, or you symbolize it, or you color it out, you write it out, and then all of a sudden, if you find yourself going back to that page or on the next page and noticing something coming in to cheer the day or to adjust it. For example, I'll give you examples because I like examples. Years ago, I found when I was doing this, and I've been doing this since I was 17, it's one of the tools that is not really talked about in all my life tools, but I remember drawing images of me, and then there would be like a snake wrapped around my leg or my neck, and then I was like, and I could identify what was the snake, who was the snake, and then little by little, you could see how things came into snip, snip, as my mom would say, or it really is about not judging what you're about to do, but doing it intuitively. So for example, today I was wiped out, like absolutely wiped out. I hit the wall, I hit the moving wall, I hit the past 2 years of stress wall. Almost like today, I didn't have to be stressed about anything. And then my body just went, oh, your neck, you have a pain in your neck and you feel tired and you're a little headachy. So what do? I organize, I talk to myself and say, did I commit to something that I don't want to do? If there's a pain in my neck, who is a pain in the neck? And it can go down on the paper. But mostly, I was really just feeling flat out, you can see, flat out in bed. I slept later than normal. And I was thinking about how this journal started out. First of all, I didn't know why there's a chain, but then I drew a scissor. And what I realized is that when I was making this art journal, my friend Terry had suggested, she's so brilliant, she teaches people, she teaches special learners, and she really could be a teacher to us all, and she has such great organizational systems. And she's the one who told me about maybe separating the notebooks, have a notebook for this and then a notebook for that. And this one ended up being my Moody journal, Moody, and I wrote Moody and Doobies because I know that I can't help myself from drawing, moods that are happening, but also doobies, my little characters appear. And today, just today, I realized, of course they appear. They're the magic that happens when I get out whatever. They're the things that cheer. They're the things that fix. If it's a scissor to cut a chain, or it's, and I hope I'm making sense, but basically when you draw out what's bothering you, you will start to see little symbols of light and things that are coming to try and fix you. So I really probably won't ever separate the Moody from the Doobies because they're coming in to save the day. So they do the cheer, they do the fixing, they do the lifting. So what did I write today? Find the thing that saves you. Symbolize it. You might know the things that save you and you might not. You may find it or them as you draw. It may be a color or a thing. Let the yuck out to have it naturally transform. It transforms by the release itself, by getting out the yuck, and the magic healer that shows up. It will show up. It might be you draw this picture, a symbol of yourself as an oval with a neck. It could be really simple, or a stick figure. And then all of a sudden you're drawing like red and you're angry, or gray because you feel like there's a rain cloud above your head. And then little by little, maybe at that moment or later on in the day, you go back to the page and you find yourself drawing a pink bubble around you, or yellow, using yellow, which is sunnier and happier. So I find that this does in fact happen. Like, it happened without me even thinking about it today. I felt so tired today, and that was kind of me, and it was like gray around me. And then later on in the day, I was testing some of my markers, and look, there's green and growth around me now. So it helps to understand colors. It helps to understand what makes you feel a certain way. Symbolize, like maybe there's somebody that's bothering you and they wear a baseball hat. So maybe they're an oval with a hat. Maybe the image of you is always like, I draw myself with copper hair with like a ponytail. And then you have you as a symbol, and the colors are represent how you feel. And so I wanted to say that it's World Watercolor Month, and it's kind of funny that I've been obsessed with organizing my acrylic markers and drawing with acrylics. And now I was thinking this is a good opportunity, because I have almost finished. I have one more bin to turn these upside down. That was the trick of yesterday. Really, Posca markers or any acrylic markers, you want to keep the tip moist, so you want to keep them face down. But if they're face down, you're not going to see what colors they are and you won't use them. So I came up with a little system where I took these little round sticker dots and I colored, so I can now see, I can keep them properly, and I can now see what colors they are. And it just came to me yesterday. I just thought of that, and I was like, that's kind of like clarity and brilliance, clean, clear, and bright. So these I'll do later. And I thought I would take, these are watercolors. I haven't used them yet. Hi, you guys. I haven't used these yet. And these are, I got them on Etsy, and they're called the Magical Drop Volume 3. And the company is IUILE, however you pronounce that. So we will, let's see if we can make it so you can see what I'm doing. I'm a little like tired today, but I thought I'm gonna do what makes me happy, which is coloring and watercolor, and then also hanging out with you guys. Is that gonna work? I really should be filming these and not going live, because then I can film a little me and then put the camera right down on my work. But I'm not ready for the work of editing, and I like hanging out live with you guys. So sorry. Don't close your eyes so you don't get dizzy. I'm sorting this out. I'm getting the kinks out of how to do this. Is that gonna stay? Okay, wait, aren't these so pretty? So what you do is you spray them with water, or you could just take a brush with water and put droplets. I have no idea how these are going to turn out. I do want to get a little watercolor. Let's make a card for a friend. I have watercolor paper that's card shaped, and there's envelopes that come with it. You could buy these at the art store. So cute. I never buy cards. They're always handmade. So much nicer. So we will just make some fun colors. Thank you for the thumbs up, you guys. Let's spray them a little more. Ooh. Okay, let's pick a little watercolor brush. I haven't used these in a long time. And we'll get some water. This is so cute. I have so many cute things for art supplies and things. I'm using a ceramic palette. They're the best. This brush is okay. You want one that definitely maintains its shape. And these look, I grabbed my not so good brushes, but this will be fine. Okay, so, oh, blue dot. So today is Venus Day. It's ruled by Venus. So we're going for a little bit of pink. Oh, it's sparkly. These are sparkly. I do my art really like I do my food preparation all those years. I do it in a way that there doesn't have to be a plan. Verde Rosa. Hi, Ruben. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take another watercolor card and other watercolors. And I think glitter for me is best when it goes over other paints. So we're going to have to get some other paints. This is going to be mixed media. Let's see, I think I have some here. Oh, I have magentas. I think this is from the company Koi, K-O-I. Look how pretty. Nope, these are Van Gogh. So pretty. So we're going to add some of these. Hey, Monaco. I am doing this to relieve my post-stress headache, for peace, for hanging out, inspiring you guys. Listen to the beginning where I was talking about how important it is to just get our feelings and moods out on paper. That's what I call art journaling. And this is we're just doing decorative fun. And it's funny, I talked about collage. I don't like collage, but once in a while I do like to paste a doobie drawing on here, on paper. I'll show you. Anybody can do this. Anybody's an artist. When you were little and someone said, draw something you want to draw, and you drew your family, you didn't think twice and say, oh no, I can't. I'm not an artist. You just drew your dad. You drew your dog. So we have to get over that. We are expressive beings. If you want to do learn how to paint like the masters, then of course you take lessons, but to express yourself, anybody can and should. It's a magenta moment, which I always love. Where's my color chart? Yeah, that's my favorite. I love. Okay, so now we can take the acrylic markers for watercolor month. We're going to let that dry, and then we're going to do something on top of it. But this is basically how you make a card for someone. It's that easy. And then I like to take the I like to have it match. Oh yeah, this paper is very nice. And then there's some blobs here, and we can add some glitter. And then we have a nice envelope that goes with our card. But we're going to take it up a notch because my mom always said, take it up a notch. Take it to the next level. Don't just leave it. These are gorgeous. Absolutely stunning. So now it's a little hot in here. I have to turn the air on. Tell me if it gets too noisy. Okay. These are Langlo Plus gel pens. Don't even ask. I have so many markers and so many. Yeah, it's glittery. It's lovely. We'll draw. Now I think you're going to see upside down. You see upside down, right? What I suggest is doing something that gets you into a flow state. Doodling will do that with like a cool gel pen. It gets me into that state. Now I would like to, what I could do is Posca take a acrylic pen and just give myself a little space to draw a doobie, or still wet. I could draw one on top of here and fill it in with acrylic, little tiny acrylic. I have some of my things here and some in the dining room. Both are art studios. My dining room is an art studio right now, and I'm fine with it. I should have left more white for myself. I think for process videos, so you guys can see, I will record. And I won't do the lives for these because you really can't see what I'm doing. And I can't really explain. So basically, I did an outline. And she's disappearing because there's no, which is kind of cool. I could just do a bunch of them that are like monochromatic and hanging out. Or I can take some of these skin toned gel and kind of try and make her pop off of the background. Anyway, this is way too technical for this video. Basically, the video was to inspire you to get paper, get pens that feel good, and if you comment below if there's anything you want. These are way too dark. If there's anything you want to see me talk about, it could be Neocolor 2s, which are watercolor pastels. It could be watercolors. It could be watercolor markers. It could be acrylic markers. It could be acrylic paint. Whatever you want to discuss here, I'm game. If you want to know the best black pens that won't bleed if you use water based on top of them, I know that. Any of the things. I know, these are great. I might want to keep all my supplies in this studio so that when I think of them, I can just grab them. Hey, Crystal, we're just hanging out. We're hanging. And I'm using these Matte Hop markers by Pentel. They're gel pens. They dry matte, and they're just crazy silly, rich in color. Yeah, she's looking cute. It's working. It's working. Hi. So have you guys been coloring? Have you gotten something that like could be glitter gel pens, acrylic markers, cheap ones, fancy ones, it doesn't matter. The Molotow markers someone asked me about in a comment, I like them because they're refillable, which seems nicer on the environment, but I'm also, you know, I never run out of ink on anything. So these, I've had some pens for like 10 years. So I wouldn't, unless you're like coloring and coloring books every day, all day with the same set. There's some cheap gel markers that come with refills, which is really cool. I am resistant to taking Advil, or I would have done that hours ago. I used peppermint oil, the headache went away, and then it came back. So I probably need to go drink some more liquid. Let's give her a pop of, anyway, she's trying to stand out from the background. But we'll get her to stand out. Anyway, the idea is start coloring, start art journaling, get a cheap notebook or a fancy one. It's funny, the other day I was like, oh, I don't like this notebook, I'm not gonna recommend it. Meanwhile, I've been having a party in it, so perhaps I should tell you guys what it is. It's really cool because it has like a faux leather, and I am just a fan of writing what's going on each day. Just even if you just write, today sucks. And then maybe by the end of the day, you're like, let me come back in there, it's actually good. Or you just kind of like, I was testing out pens. I was writing what each pen was and seeing if it was water resistant. This was the Posca markers when I was making the little dotted ends. This was the day I was testing. I think I made the video when I started this one. And it's just marks that I made, just making marks, testing out the markers, and it ends up being some of my favorite art, to which I want to do large canvases like this. I love it. It just makes me happy. So this says key code. What is the name of this? Oh, a pen test page. That's great. And it is, I'm now a huge fan. It's got a folder. The reason I didn't like it, the paper's thick, it's quality, but it has a little bit, it doesn't have a, when paper isn't white and it goes cream, that's one thing, but it looked like it was going in teeny titch gray. But the pages are numbered, and I don't know what a key code is. I think that's a bullet journaling thing. Scribblesthatmatter.com. And a surprise. STM, Scribbles That Matter. They have something for me. Anyway, so you get a bookmark, they give you some surprise, but it's been really working for me, this book. And what I like also is it has a pen holder. I used to buy pen holders I still have one probably here. You can buy them. Here it is. So I'm so impressed I know where everything is. This is Rinke makes it, Ringke, and you sticky tape it into the back of your journal, and then you have a pen holder, which is really nice. So this has turned out to be a lot of fun, this one, and these basically could be left as is, or they could be backgrounds for words. I can write tiny little words in journal, or a big black marker, and so I've created some not blank spaces in which to write some words or draw some doobies. What I think about sketchbooks and art journals is they are not supposed to be pretty. They're not really supposed to be shown to anyone. I could show you certain pages in my art journal, but I couldn't show you all of them. That would be like showing you my diary and my underwear drawer. Like certain things should be private. However, for me, a sketchbook, and some lately, and it's a modern thing, with social media, that people are showing their sketchbooks and they look like they're like mini works of art, absolute works of art, and they're beautiful to look at. But honestly, the word sketch is supposed to be sketchy. Like, it's sketchy, and it's a place for me to try out, that multicolored pencil, those rainbow pencils, I wanted to try it. Or want to try the acrylic markers, and for the first time I did them, it didn't come out good, but I learned, I might be better at watercolor. This is some kind of moody page. Not that I would like read it to everyone. And then there's just, that was me really trying to work the acrylic markers with the doobies. There's pages that are where all these doobies are sad and mad, and I know the reasons. But it's messy. To me, it should be messy. It should be a place where you're testing new ideas or new moods or old moods or things you want just to play, and then you come up with like, oh, I like this color combo. I might do a whole spread or a separate page of that. And there's some this is my real estate agent, Caesar, and I was making a manifesting, let's sell the house. What date was that? I date all the pages, March 16th, 2025. So March, April, May, June, July, 4 months from when I did this manifestation page. You guys are quiet. You guys are quiet today. So this one, I can't tell you how many hours I kept going back trying to fix it. Actually came out pretty great, but that's a pretty page. They're not all pretty. Some of them are like really bad. And some, I will go back in and fill in because I don't like to waste paper, and I like to have a place to play with colors and things like that. They're not all good. They're fun to look at for me because like this was like the word. When that happens and you don't like it, you can feel free to, I never tear out, especially since there might be something cute on the other side, but I could take gesso, which is a paint primer, what you prime your canvas with. I could take acrylic paint, I could take tempera, I could take gouache, I could take a big fat, let's do it now. A big fat, yes, okay. Let's see if it's gonna cover it. Today's Venus Day. So this is a Posca, this is the largest Posca marker, and I use these on canvases. I liked the saying, less talking, more listening. I might not want to cover that part. Less talking, more listening. Less output, more input. Less distractions, more reflections. Less consumption, more creation. Less stress, more peace. I think we'll leave that quote, but then what ended up happening around it was just a hot mess. I can rewrite the quote and tape it or Mod Podge it to the page. And really, it's just for you anyway, but if it bugs you, then fix it. This is a very large marker. These are 13 millimeter maybe? 8 is pretty big. I'll show you the 8. Nobody's saying anything. Am I hanging out by myself? Here's these are nice ones to get. They're 4.5 to 5.5 millimeter. This is, they're called the mopper. Just a mop. Love. So what I recommend is go to an art store. Don't buy whole sets. Just get a few colors that you love that just speak to you. And do that. So since everybody's quiet, I think I'll come back later. I'm gonna go for a walk. I didn't walk today. Today was a gift to myself to just stay in, just not even do anything. Tidy up the kitchen, tidy up the supplements. If I close that and I get the Rorschach test, so we're just gonna leave her alone. Moisturized, stretched, rolled my neck. I'm gonna do some more neck rolls, maybe lie on the biomat. And color. I laughed at myself because I was up till 12 organizing and I just pushed it. I was like, I could have stopped at 10 and I was like, no, you need to finish. This is a gift to yourself. And at some point you just have to stop and do your art, or else you're just the art organizer. But it feels really good to have everything. These are all acrylic markers. with gel pens, and it's really good to have it set and right here. It helps. Just like you can't cook a great meal if you're frustrated trying to find things in the kitchen. It's the same thing with art supplies. So I might, this is gonna morph. This channel is gonna morph. We're gonna be doing all kinds of things. We're gonna dye clothes. Some of you have asked me to do that. I did it on Instagram. I dyed this. Sprinkle of whimsy, hey. We're gonna be dyeing clothes. We're going to be talking about food. We're going to be making Elroy, and we're going to be doing a lot of art together. So I really want you to comment below with if you want me to talk about certain materials, whether it's colored pencils or gel pens, or eventually I will talk about all of it. Aw, my sweeties are showing up. We're making a greeting card. We're making a card for a friend. I'm going to do another one because this one needs to be in process. So the acrylic marker project turned out really well. There's a few more to do, but I can see the chat. Used to do a lot of tie-dye and sell it. That's so cool. I don't tie-dye, but mine don't come out perfect, so they end up with some kind of gradation. That's cool that you know how to do that. I don't buy cards either, Sprinkle Lindsay, ever. Handmade is the best. So I guess we can draw. I don't know. Sometimes you just don't even know what to do. You just don't know. And so I started doing blobs of this beautiful watercolor. It's watercolor month, so we should be doing watercolors, right? I've been all up in my acrylic business. Didn't I pull out? Oh, I pulled out magentas. Let's see. And I'm going to, my next up organization is all my watercolors because I have a ridiculous amount and I want them organized. So I think what we should do is draw a doobie. Yeah. And then we're using a Sharpie. That doesn't always happen. Extra fine point. I like drawing the tulip girls lately because they signify new beginnings. Hope and new beginnings. I've been drawing them obsessively for months. And pink coral is my color. It's really all I want to wear. I'm so disappointed with all the clothes that are not these colors that I'm sending 2 boxes to Terry. She's my size. She deserves a million presents. She's such a good woman. She's a legend. She teaches children with special learning, and it's her life's mission. She's literally doing God's work. She's an angel on this earth. She's a legend. It's what she wants to do till the day she leaves this planet, and she is helping people. So I'm really proud to know her and call her friend, and she's also the one that told me about Carney. Cactus doobies. We can do a cactus doobie. I have some cactus doobies. We'll do a prickly pear. Doobies on demand. And then I watercolor them in. A lot of people do wear neutrals. All right, we got a cactus doobie who needs a javelina next to her. They're my little friends. I have so many little animal friends all over. Deer. I don't usually use Sharpie. It's really a very base, but it's working, and I know it won't bleed when I do the watercolors. So the tulip girl always has a dragonfly near her. Rosie always has a bee. and we will have that so far. I'm obsessed with bright. I feel so, just like myself in this color. So that is what, I have a whole bunch of white clothes that we're gonna dye. We're gonna use Rit dye, this other dye. If you're like a different color season, if you're autumn, or you're like, definitely autumn, you can use natural things like avocados and berries, and there's so many beautiful people who are doing wonderful natural dyeing, but I need the synthetic colors. I need neons. All my markers are bright, everything's bright. So what should be on the ground here? I think one more little doobie. We'll do a little rosy. It's a mishmash of doobies coming together like we are to share some love. Love it. And then I'm gonna share, I love going live with you guys, but in order to share process, if I go live, would you be okay with just seeing the art that I'm doing? Otherwise, I have to film it, which I'm really not in the mood for. I can do it, I will do it, but it's not like a live hang. So there, and then I could write whatever. I don't have lightning bugs that I've seen. The red rock color is pretty for a dye, but it would not suit my coloring. So, yeah. Okay, so I feel like happy days are here again is what just came to me. So that's what it's titled. There. Now I get to color it in. So I just created a coloring page for myself, and I want you guys to do that too. I don't want us to be at the mercy of OPA. Oh, other people's art. I want us to do it ourselves. Not that there's anything wrong. There's some magical art creations to color in, way more than back in the day when I was little. However, where's my color chart for this? Wow, I never did it. See, this is what I need to do. You must have a color chart, because with high pigment quality paints, a lot of them can all look the same and you don't know what you're digging into. So I will be doing that. I would give it a gray sky and I didn't want to. That's pretty. So that's why you gotta swatch, especially watercolors. I don't have to swatch Posca markers because I can see down the end of the cap is the color. It's so cute. That's really how my days are. How cute can I make it? How cute can I make it? That's what, like, how clean, clear, and bright can it be, and how cute can it be? How happy can it be? How much joy can it bring? I'm absolutely certain that artists, if aligned with their spirit, are doing art that goes with their color season. Like, I'm not drawn to autumn-like art. I never have been. Like the folksy kind of like browns and neutrals. Like, I just don't, like, give me bright. And I've done all kinds of art, like neutrally things, but most of my art has always had some pink in it. And I'm like, doesn't that make sense? Because that's the spring personality, is brights. Now we're gonna give it some green. So I've started to look at artists on YouTube. First of all, I look at a lot of people and I'm like, they're not wearing good colors for them, and I want to help them. Not that I'm a specialist in no, but I could tell when something's wrong. I'm like, no, that's not right. I have seen photographs of myself where I am making myself a summer because I had blonde hair and I wore summer colors. I saw when I had my cooler dark hair, and I'm like, yeah, I could see how I was making myself autumn or even winter sometimes. I'm like, wow. And then there was sometimes I was wearing, like, I wore a lot of muted roses, which is autumns, maybe it's like a soft autumn, but you could see that I was trying to lift myself, and I had pink coral lipstick on, and I'm like, I was going autumn in my attire, but threw some spring on my lips. Hello. So we have a card for Terry. What a special lady. She's not like me. She's not going to come on here and be like, blah, blah, blah. But she's privately and powerfully doing her work. And that's beautiful. Maybe one day. Eight months, you guys, carnivore. And I call it Carney because that's cute. Gotta make it cute. But it's been over 8 months. It changed my life. He's so cute. Are you saying I'm so cute? You're so cute. We're so cute, you guys. Let's just keep making it cuter. Sparklier. I'm literally a grown woman. I laugh because I call it toddler chic. But I am, yes, you can see what I'm up to. And then I add glitter and sparkle. So, Lisa Marie, I am, making myself happy. And I always said that, you guys. I don't tell you what to do. I just share what makes me happy. And I love this rag that has a lot of paint on it. That's went a little red. That's a very strong pigment. These are really nice paints, these Mission Gold. Highly recommend. Okay, we got a lot of redheads in this picture. A lot of times I do orange and red hair because it helps pop the picture. And I always had red or orange hair. Oh, this is so much fun. I need hot pink, and I don't see that this has a hot pink. I need neon. I need neon for the tulip. Oh. Huh. You know I have neon colors. I'm glad. Winsor Newton Opera Rose. I was watching this woman, Helen Cryer. She's a great watercolor artist who reviews paints, and she did one in, oh, these are fugitive, these bright colors. They run away. They're running away, but one that lasted the best, because I have to use pink, bright pink, was the Opera Rose from Winsor and Newton, and the one from, I think it was Holbein. No, Rosa Gallery. I remember. And it's not so fugitive, meaning it is light fast, and it will pick, just, you guys go for quality paper and pick some, or pick, especially for watercolor, but if you just want to pick like 3 of your favorite colors, or you could pick a magenta, a blue, and a yellow, and then you can mix all kinds of colors. And I really highly recommend just getting some colors you love. We need a skin. We need to get some skin. That's a little pink, that's some yellow. But I'm gonna show you guys how I'm doing it and all that jazz. We're gonna have some reviews of products, but the key is what products you use with what ground. Paper, canvas, masonite board, what kind of paper for which materials, it's kind of key. Mixed media is a good general one. Get a Canson mixed media. They've got a blue cover. Canson mixed media notebook. It's a winner. And then get colored pencils or Tombow markers. We're almost there, you guys. And that didn't come out super hot pink, but guess what I can do? The Opera Rose is very rosy. I can grab one of my hot pink jelly rolls and give her a little boost when she's not so wet. I could give her a pink dress with the jelly roll. Love gel pens. Love, love, love. But you should be able to watch what I'm doing. I know people fast forward things, and I'll get back into filming. And then I love orange dragonflies. There's always a green slug somewhere in the mix. It's Daisy's friend, the green slug. Daisy's not pictured here, but her slug friend is. Visiting Rosie and company. Daisy will show up. They're waiting for Daisy to show up. Daisy's the one who does freedom. All right, you guys, this has been fun. I will show you, and then we will commune later. When you comment, I see it. I'm going to go into all the comments and answer, and you can also tell me what you want to see, because I'm listening. Fluorescent green slug with pink cheeks. And now we have a beautiful card. Yeah. Does everybody have rosy cheeks? The slug. Here we go. The slug needs a smile. Okay, I'm going to show you. It's too wet. There we go. Happy days are here again. It's the Doobie universe. We're in it. I'm going to see you guys soon. That's so sweet. Your smile carries the warmth of spring and the calm of a quiet sea. Aren't you a poet? That's really sweet. Aww. Well, let's commune later. All you have to do, every time a comment comes in from YouTube, I see it. And so I can pop on. We got the javelina. I'm going to go out and see some animals. Maybe a coyote. See you soon. Aw, that's very sweet, Riz.